Amanda, good morning
Sophie
to you.
and James. Yes. Hello, how are you both? I'm here with Bryce Holdaway and property expert, TV host, superstar, you name it, he's got it down pat. Bryce, thank you for joining me.
Hello Amanda, how are you?
Good, thank you. Now, we were talking off camera and I said, Bryce, all the headlines, doom and gloom, the market's dropping, property, housing markets cooling, all that sort of stuff. Should we all just fall in a heap and give up? What should we do?
I think so. I think we should all sell and absolutely do nothing for the next 10 years. No, it makes for good headlines, doesn't it? But,
Oh, you mean
I think it's a really good time to be buying property right now if you're playing the 15, 20-year game. If you're playing the 1 or 2 year game, you should be frightened.
Yeah, okay. So the tip is to, what are we? Are we looking to the future? Are we holding steadfast and just saying, yep, we're going to be in this for the long haul?
Yeah, because if the key to property investing is buying the right property, correctly financing and holding for the long term. Now, if you don't have that third one, holding it for the long term, well, you're riding the bumps of the market. Because if you think about during the GFC, Melbourne, for example, dropped 8.33%. So those people who had value drops, if they held it long enough, and they still hold it now, that's well and truly worth more than what it was when they bought it and after it dropped. So the real key is to make sure that you have a long-range perspective and don't panic.
Don't panic. That sounds everyone panicking generally, doesn't it, when you say don't panic?
Yeah.
You mentioned there the right property. Now, I might be opening up a can of worms here. We could talk a day about what is the right property. Can you summarise in about 30 seconds?
Yeah, I can, because there's a difference between investment stock and investment grade, right? So investment stock is anything where you can put a tenant in, but investment grade is something that's got a reasonable likelihood of going up in value. And for me, it's three things. It has to have owner-occupier appeal, not investor appeal. It has to have some form of scarcity. And then in terms of it being investment grade, it's got to have some proven track record, so which is why I like to avoid brand new stuff. I like to be the second or subsequent purchaser so I can actually see the track record of the property.
What about location?
Yeah, location is 80% of the heavy lifting. So a lot of people want to focus on the property first and then determine where they'll buy. I want to buy a house, so therefore I can only afford in that suburb. I say spin that around. So I want to buy in that suburb and then buy the best property that you can comfortably afford in that suburb, because the location will do 80% of the heavy lifting.
Right. Bryce, I could talk to you all day and we could, get heaps of advice and stuff, but I can't, because you've got to share your knowledge with people here at Melbourne's Property Buyer Expo. 10 till 5, folks. Today open at the Convention and Exhibition Centre, and you're also here tomorrow, is that right?
I am, so I'd love people to come down and say good day. We're doing a live podcast this afternoon, and I'm doing a talk tomorrow on tips when investing in a changing market. So come down and check it out.
There you go. So it's not all doom and gloom, and the top advice is don't panic. Sophie and James.